What's up, Trail Trash? Welcome back. On today's episode, I'm going to be changing out the water pump on my onboard water tank. And the reason for doing this is the existing one I got it maybe 4 years ago on a Black Friday sale, and it's been good and everything. I got to use it, but it's loud, and the stream of water that it shoots out is really just a tiny, sharp stream. It shoot 30 feet, but I don't need that. I'd rather have just like normal water running when I needed it to fill up a bucket or even spraying off. You know, I don't need that sharp stream of water. So that's what I'm going to get in today on the FJ. I got the pump. It's a SeaFlow pump, and this is a 3 gallon per minute is what it's rated at. I have not tested that, but the flow of water is a lot better. I'll get into it, show you my old plumbing, the way I had it plumbed, and what I'm using. I'm going to use a different solution on plumbing this time. It'll make the water more potable, and that's the issue. Another issue I was having with my old setup was the lines have just the water that sits in them that turns yellow. So not going to be drinking that water for sure, but I do want a better, cleaner solution than what I have. So that's the reason for changing out my old pump to a SeaFlow pump. If that interests you, stick around. If you have any questions or comments during the video, please drop them below, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, so this is my existing setup. You can see there's my tank. And I have the valve shut off. I'm going to take this off here, and you see the T in the valve here. This is to fill up a bucket, but I'm going to change that up. And then that line goes to the back, and I'll take you back there. And I've already taken out the water pump, which I have it mounted on the magnet, and had it on the side there. It's probably where I'm going to put the new one also, just because it sits there. I can move it around if need to, but you can see why I'm doing it. You see that's yellow, and it's coming from this pump. So I'm going to replace all of that, and what I'm going to use is 1/2-inch PEX. I'll get all my pieces and show you that. Okay, so I've got the first part installed. You can see coming out, I've added a metal threaded fitting to 1/2-inch PEX to a 1/2-inch shut-off valve there, and then elbows and goes towards the back. And I'll have the water pump in the back. But this is all I'm doing right now. But so far I like it much better. It's cleaner. It's a cleaner look. The reason I added this is it'll be protected right here, but this valve's so hard to open and close. It's like a plastic top, but it's a metal fitting that goes in there. So I'm going to leave that on and just keep this one off. I like that. So tomorrow I will probably finish installing the water pump and doing the rest in the back. So I want to show you what I've got done here. So this is the pump I have. It's a SeaFlow. Almost took a spill. And this is the strainer kind of filter. I've attached a PEX 1/2-inch fitting, and it will attach to there. And this will mount with this magnet attached on the back side. And I may have to get a thinner mounting. I may get a piece of metal, like maybe a 14 gauge piece of metal, and attach this to, just so it gives me a little clearance right here. But I think this is going to be fine. I know I like it because I don't think there's going to be any noise in it. So Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, hook up the ground. I'm going to use my existing wire that I had hooked up and the same switch for the water pump. I'm just going to clip this off and hook up the positive and negative. And then go ahead and put this in there, and then I'll put a fitting off of this. And I'll have to do some more plumbing, but I'm going to cut this out, and I've got a flush mount with a cover, and it's a quick connect. So I'm going to be able to just hook up a hose, or I'm going to make a little water faucet with a quick connect there that will come out to here. So I can utilize that and fill up a bucket for a shower or washing dishes or something. So anyway, I just wanted to show you kind of exactly where I'm at with it now. I'm going to plumb this up, and then I'll probably finish it up tomorrow. I've still got to get a couple of fittings here. I've got my hole saw. I've got to figure out what size that is and cut that out, and then secure that piece. But just a few more pieces and I'll have it complete. Okay, so I've cut my hole in here, and that's a 2 5/8 hole. And that is for this port. It will go in here like so. And I'm going to have it to where it opens to the left or to the right. I don't want it opening up to block my switch panel. So now I'm going to plumb this with PEX from the back side up and screw it into my water pump. And after that, I should be able to test it out. Okay, so now I'm done, and I just want to show you kind of start to finish. This is the original shutoff valve, and this is one that I added, and I got my PEX coming out here and go into the back. And so back here, it comes in from the tank into a filter here, into the pump, and then out. I don't know if you can really, yeah, you can see the back, you can see the PEX. This cord coiled up, that is for my rooftop tent. It's just coiled up hanging there. But I got my PEX going to the water port. You can see the back of it. And then there's the port there. And I don't have this screwed in yet, but I want to test it out and everything first, make sure I don't have to take it out for anything. But definitely a neat setup. And I got it a little off. I'll have to twist it when I put it in. That'll drive me crazy if not. But super clean. And this is a quick connect, so all I got to do is connect it. And it's a self-priming pump, so it should be able to pull the water through. I'm about to fill it up and give it a test run real quick. Now it is time to take a test run. So here's my water hose I have. This is a piece of a Flexzilla hose, and I took a male 1/4 inch barb to 3/4 inch garden hose thread. And this is those little steel bands that I use. It's the stainless steel wire, and you loop it through, tighten it, and clamp it over for your to make hose clamps. And then on this end, I used the female garden hose thread to 1/4-inch barb, and then screwed garden hose quick connects into it. So, and this is the quick connect that came with the water port, and this is just a garden hose quick connect setup. So I have my hose that I can just put in here, and I made just a faucet head out of 1/2-inch pegs with the quick connect, so that if I want to fill up a bucket, I can just plug it up and turn it on and leave it. So let's test these out, and I'll show you how they work here. Let me get my bucket. See if my camera can catch this. So, got that. Open up, and it's connected. I got the water pump going through my switch panel. So I like this. I think it actually needs a 1/2-inch hose, and I may change that because the pump requires 1/2-inch lines up to the port. So you can hear the pump still running, which is fine. I'm not so that's the water hose, and like I could probably change this nozzle and get a little better nozzle, but that's just a cheap nozzle I had hanging around and figured I'd put it to use. So that is, and after that I like to relieve the pressure, because the first time I tested this I didn't relieve the pressure, and when I unhooked here it just went everywhere. So learned my lesson on that, and now you'll see a little bit of water come out. So what I will do there is just keep me always have a towel with me, and I will just stick that there for any, because I mean it's water. You're disconnecting and hooking up, you're going to have a little bit of leakage here and there, but I mean it's not the end of the world, especially if you can catch it. I have to remember to just catch it whenever I'm So there is my there's my nozzle there. So this is going to be good for filling up a bucket for my shower or my Kakadu hot water heater. I can just fill up a bucket, get a couple of gallons of water, and I have a collapsible bucket that I take with me that holds, I think, 3 gallons. So I can just fill up a bucket quickly, drop my the Kakadu water filter system in there, and then take a shower if I need to. So but you can see it's filling up fairly quick, and I don't have any leaks here during operations, even with it sagging like that. And if I do, it's just a drip from the quick connect right here. So pretty neat. And you hear the water pump shut off there. So I think the reason it doesn't shut off with the hose, I think I haven't left it running long enough to finish self-priming all the way to the hose. But not a big deal. The hose, I'll use it when I rinse off my ladder or tables, stuff that I'm packing up at camp. I can just rinse off the feet of it, get all the sand and dirt, mud, whatever it is. But this is really neat for when I need water. And my hose, I will probably store my hose and my faucet inside with the water pump. I don't keep a lot in here. It's got my power bank or my power distribution underneath. And then I've got my water pump, my plumbing, my power cord for my rooftop tent I store in there. And I'll probably store my faucet and my hose now. Keep that stored in there. But yeah, this is the quickest way I'll be able to empty out my water tank when I'm done camping and just don't want to hear the water anymore. So this is neat. And with the water pump on, you can see the light's still on. All I got to do is turn the faucet on. So yeah, really happy with this. Better than the setup I had before. This is the way to go. Let me shut that off. I'm going to drain that pressure and then take my faucet out, and all I got to do, close the port. So let me know what you think. I'm really happy with it compared to what I was using before, and I'll show you. This is what I was using. This is my old setup out of there. Just not good. You can see this water line is yellow now. I'll probably throw all that away. I'll keep my stainless steel fittings and my valve. All right, y'all, that is it for this week's video. Just showing you the water pump that I changed out on my onboard water solution, or my onboard water on the FJ. It's a SeaFlow, rated at 3 gallons per minute. The plumbing I used was all PEX plumbing. I did that because it's potable. It's for potable water, and during freezing temperatures, it will expand more before bursting than anything else. So I think it's a perfect solution for something like this. 1/2 inch is really all you need, I guess, depending on your pump on that, but my pump required 1/2 inch, so I think it's perfect sizing for this. Let me know what you think though. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It really helps me out. And until next time, stay trashy.